Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial is on the making of these trending headbands. And if this is something you'd love to watch or learn, please stay tuned as we'll be making two styles. So for style one, we have this squared out fabric, right? It's a crepe stretchy fabric. You would need a stretchy fabric for this, and its measurements are 8 inches in width and 22 inches in length. So first things first, we're just going to fold our fabric right sides facing each other just like this, and you want to take it to your sewing machine and run a stitch all the way down. So after running the stitch, this is what we have, and what I'm going to do right now is just turning it over to the right side, and I'm going to give it a good press. Please ensure that when you are ironing, the seam side is in the middle and not by the side, so the seam is facing you after ironing. This is what we have after it's been ironed, and now you're going to pick both ends of your fabric. Okay, the right sides facing each other, meaning that the seam side is facing you this time around, and you're just going to move your right hand side to the right, and then the side that's outside, you just tuck it in this way, and then your left hand, you flip it over to the top of your right hand just like this, and then you run a stitch or two to hold all four pieces in place firmly. After stitching, this is what it should look like. At this point, you want to cut out any loose thread and also reduce your seam allowance over here, or at this point you can actually weave it to give it a neater finishing. And then you just turn in your headband this way, concealing all the rough edges into your headband. And really, that's it, guys, for style one. It's super fast, quick, and easy. So let's move over to style two. So for style two, I have two pieces of squared out fabrics, and the measurements of these are 8 inches in width and 20 inches in length. Please note that these are non-stretch fabrics, okay? They're not stretching at all. For this style, you don't need stretchy fabrics. And I also have this little piece of fabric, and its measurements are 3 inches in width and 9 inches in length. And of course, we'll be requiring our elastic band of this is 5 inches in length. I've also gone ahead to fuse my fabric with light interfacing. So what you want to do is fold on this edge and run a stitch all the way down. You do this for all three pieces. After folding and running a stitch, this is what it looks like. I went ahead to turn them all to the right side, and I gave them a good press, making sure that the seam lines are in the middle and not by the side. It's very important. So that's fabric one, fabric two, and of course fabric three. So what I want to do here is I'm just going to use a safety pin to pass my elastic through the small casing which I made for it. And after getting this done, I'm just going to run stitches on both ends of it so that the elastic is held firmly in place in its casing. I've gone ahead to hold them on both ends. So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to get one piece of our squared out fabric, the seam lines facing each other. As you can see, the seam lines are facing each other. I'm going to fold it this way, right? And I'm going to pick one end of my casing, and with the same line this time around of the elastic casing facing me. And what I want to achieve at this point is just place the elastic casing in the middle, okay, and conceal the elastic casing in between the big fabric, just like as I'm doing. And then of course run a stitch or two to hold both fabrics together. After doing that, I'm also going to pick the other fabric, and I will tuck this in between the fabric with the elastic casing, same sides facing each other. I will tug it this way, flip my hand down, okay, and get the other loose end of the elastic casing and just replicate the same sewing process as we did the first time. The seam side of the elastic casing facing you, you fold, conceal, and then you run a stitch. I'm done running a stitch. I'm just cutting out the loose threads. And what I want to do right now is to tuck in the rough edges inside the elastic casing to give it a neater finishing. And that's it, guys. Our headbands are ready. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment.